Well, hello everybody, this is Dear Mama Sal, and how are we all doing this today? Whatever time of the day it is for you. It's 7 degrees as I drive. Ooh, cars coming from everywhere. And that would be, of course, 44 for those in America. It's Sarah Beth's birthday. Happy birthday, Sarah Beth, although by the time you see this, it will have been yesterday that was your birthday, but I just want to acknowledge it anyway. And congratulations to Laurie, my Laurie, here in Canada, because she still isn't smoking, which is wonderful. It must be about 10 days now. So we all know how difficult, well, not all of us, but some of us know how difficult that is. And it's interesting hearing how she's processing it and how she's answering back to the call to have a cigarette. It was funny, we were discussing it last night, and we were sitting chatting for quite a while, and she said that what came over her was, wow, you know, it's time to go and have a cigarette. And that is quite normal. Because that's purely what she's used to doing, if you get my drift. It is and that's what the habit is. The habit is, oh, I've been sitting here for an hour, time to go and have a cigarette. That sort of thing, and that's purely a habit. And so I really congratulated her on that. And I used to do that. I remember that I used to hear the voice in my head say, oh, it's time, oh, you better stop. Mine was, you better stop, you need a cigarette. And I'd go, yes, you better stop. But why don't you have a coffee or just sit down for a while? Because that was always my programming. I need to stop and have a cigarette. Now, the truth was, I was right. I did need to stop. I didn't need to stop and have a cigarette. But that was what my habit was, to stop and have a cigarette. That gave me justification for stopping. Does that make sense, I wonder? So it's really interesting to see that. Battle of the Bulges. For some reason I lost 3 pounds overnight. I'm not quite sure how that happened. So now I'm still a pound away from my starting weight before I started to lose weight, but I'm back working in the right direction. That's the main thing. And I don't know if I told you all yesterday, but somehow or other in the last 48 hours I have pulled a calf muscle in my left leg, and I also pulled a rib muscle, and both of those I did while I was asleep, as far as I know. Well, maybe I know how I did the rib muscle. Anyway, the good news was that the rib muscle is now fine again, but this calf muscle is still causing me a lot of awkwardness. I can't really say it is painful. It's sore. You know, there's a limit, right? There's a difference between... I know I've got a left leg, let's put it that way. And I also know I've got a muscle in my left leg. Do you know what I mean? It's not that it's painful, but it's... it's very difficult to describe pain. So on the pain scale, in my pain scale, it doesn't rate very high, but it does rate very sore. Enough that it has me limping, let's put it that way. And I have no idea how I did it. I mean, as far as I know, I don't go running at night while I'm asleep, but maybe I do. But obviously I've got to warm up before I go to sleep. Now, I did a very good thing yesterday. You know, it's the 12 months to Christmas thing. We were all talking about the fact that if you don't want to have stress at Christmas time, then what you need to do is to start right away and do Christmas type things every month. So here I went yesterday to go and get my car insurance. And I'm not sure about where you live, but in Canada for this year anyway, we still have to have what they call air care, which means your car has to prove that it is worthy of being on the road in terms of its emissions and stuff like that. So anyway, I went scuttling off from work yesterday, went into the insurance place, took all my documents. You know, I had a whole stack of them because I had documents for my car and documents for my travel trailer. That's caravan for those of you in England and Ireland. Anyway, so and the woman looks at them and she said, I can't do this for you. You need air care. Oh, there's such a cute car. Oh, I think that was a Guinea. White one. White with black accents. Yep. Anyway, so I said, what? I thought I did that last year. And she said, no, you see here it says you need to have air care done, which means I can't get my insurance. So I was not amused. And I went home. And I was tired because I haven't achieved anything. I was not very happy camper. So I sat down and had a coffee and did those sort of things. And then Laurie very kindly decided she would cook for me, because it wasn't her night to cook, it was mine. And she could see how tired I was, and so she decided she would cook for me, which was very kind of her, while I started the upload of the vlog. Well, in doing that, I pulled some stuff out of my purse, and guess what I found? A piece of paper. Oh no, when I was paying my bills last night, that was it. When I was paying my bills last night, I found a piece of paper that said, I don't have to have air care. So the piece of paper that the lady was looking at was a year old. It was the previous year's thing. Now that's totally my fault, you can say, because I didn't throw the previous one away. And I would agree with you that it is partially my fault. Anyway, so it is what it is. It's put me a day behind, and I've got a very busy week this week where I didn't need to be a day behind. So on my way back from work tonight, I will go and get the car insurance done. Luckily, I've still got another couple of days to do that in if necessary. Oh, that's a nice car too. It's a new Range Rover. I've got a black one in front of me. Very sleek. Very sleek. I remember the first Range Rovers. They were really quite something in their day. I guess they were the start of the SUV as we know it, now that I think about it. Anyway, so, nice car. But it's not in my budget. Really nice car. Alright, so tonight I will go and do that. That's one thing off my list for the week. And then I did the 10-minute challenge. Just really grateful for those of you who are also doing that with me, because it is helping me a great deal. Last night I got the wrap type stuff that I put in the tree. You know, it's like giant netting stuff. Got all that rolled up and put away, and I must have got about 4 boxes sorted out. And that leaves, I'm down to boxes that are in my hallway that have to go downstairs. And that'll happen over the course of the next week. And then a couple of boxes in my bedroom that have got nothing to do with Christmas. So basically, I am done for Christmas once I've got those boxes down, waiting for Yvonne to help me on Sunday. So that's awesome. I've done it. Yay! I'm a happy little camper. And my bedroom is looking so much better. Now the Bean had a problem this morning. When I woke up and had a look at him, you could just see that he had tried to get up, probably to turn around, and he just didn't make it, so he just flopped down where he was, which didn't look very comfortable, but there he was. So then he waited for his mommy to wake up and help him, which I did, and so he didn't need a lot of help. He just got up as far as he could with his front feet, and I just supported him under his belly, and then just very gently brought him up about 9 inches, I guess, until his legs got, well, I suppose more than that, because his legs are way bigger than that. Probably helped him up about a foot or so, just so that he could get his feet on the ground, flat. And then I just stood there like that, holding him, until he got some of those muscles working again. You know, once he was in the right position, then he could sort of start thinking about getting everything working again. And sure enough, once I did that, he was able to move. Now what I did last night was I bought some rolls of that anti-slip stuff that, I can show you what I mean. This stuff, whatever you call this wherever you live. Anyway, it's anti-slip stuff. And what I did is I bought a couple of long rolls of it, and I put them across my laminate flooring in places that I thought would help him, so that he's got more traction. And it really did seem to help him yesterday. We were watching him, and he, you know, he didn't sort of not walk on it. He actually intentionally walked on it. So that's good that it's helping him. And there is quite a traffic jam here where there should not be a traffic jam. I wonder why. But we're moving, it's always a good sign, right? Good. All right, so other than that, I don't have a great deal more to report. It was a busy evening. I got all my bills paid, which was awesome. I'm very proud of myself for that. And then the other thing I've got to do is to go back in next week and then set up all my monthly deductions. And I think I might have talked about this once before, but I pay all the bills that I pay regularly, even if they don't come in at the same amount. Let me give you an example of that. Things like the telephone bills and the cell phone bill and the gas bill and so forth. I pay all those on a monthly automatic payment. And what I do is I work out roughly how much I spend per month, an average, and top it up a little bit. Yeah, probably put extra $5 on it, whatever the average is, and I put an extra $5 on. And then, just watch that guy throw litter out of his car. Karma. He's got a little Fiat, a tiny little Fiat. Cute little car. I think my car would eat it for hors d'oeuvres. Anyway, I do that. That's what I do. I work out roughly how much a month each bill is, and average it out, and then do an automatic payment that's the average plus a little more. So then what happens is I don't really have to worry too much. I keep an eye on it to see, am I running fairly well on track? And normally I'm running slightly ahead rather than behind, which we like. And some years I've got as far as December and not had to pay anything because I was that far ahead, which I also like, which is part of the saving for Christmas type thing. You imagine if you could go into December and not have to pay any bills. So give that some thought. Now, I wanted to tell you about what happened to me when I couldn't get my car insurance. I, of course, went into a store. Very dangerous. I'm not allowed in stores. Because Christine had told me, I think it was Christine that told me, I needed to get a nude type lip pencil. And I'm wearing a nude type lip pencil today. So I went to go and get a couple of lip pencils. I used to use them, and then I stopped for some reason. Anyway, just to see if that helps my lipstick at all. Everybody seems to tell me that they think, right, well. So I did that, and then I really was quite happy because I scored on post-Christmas prices a really nice multi-colored makeup, eyeshadows, lip glosses, stuff like that. And it was like a really good score. I was quite amazed at that. And my idea was to put it in the box ready for Christmas. Well, I opened it up. And then I found like an eyeshadow pencil. It was more like a crayon, eyeshadow crayon, and it was creamy. It is creamy, and it had two contrasting colors, and it was on sale for $6. So I couldn't live without that. I've never tried that, so that's what I'm wearing today. And as soon as I next stop, I'll take off my glasses so that you can see. And then I got one more color combination in my favorite lipstick. And when I do one of my favorite makeup things, I will show you what those are. And I think we've probably mentioned them in passing a couple of times. But so, eye makeup. So I took the new palette. And what I liked about it had a lot of different colors of grays and browns. And those are the two main color ranges that I use, grays and browns. But it also had some nice variations on that, you know what I mean? It gave you lots of different sorts of browns, not just one or two. So what I thought was they'd be really nice for contrast. And we'll see how that works out during the next few months. The reason I normally don't like buying palettes is because my experience is you use so few of them. And I've got so many half-used palettes in my life where I only really used one or two colors. Do you find that? And so that to me is a bit of a waste of money. But now that I'm being a bit more adventurous with my eye makeup, I'm wondering whether that will still be true, and that's what I wanted to find out. And to spend $10 for a year's worth, I think that's probably what I've got. You know, that's a good price. So forget the Christmas presents. I thought I had done month one. Or what I will do maybe is when I go and get my car insurance today, I'll go and pick up another one for the Christmas present. This is going to get expensive. So here is the challenge for those of you who want to do it with me, which is each month we're going to pick up a Christmas present for somebody. And put it away. So the first thing that you need to do is buy the first one, and then once you bought the first one, you obviously need somewhere to keep it. So whether you make space somewhere in a closet, it's going to take one box, really, that's all. If you keep the presents fairly small, you should be able to get away with one box. Or one area that you can just, under your bed, whatever, that you can just store the presents. That's interesting.
In the afternoon, and a high of 7 degrees.
Well, the reason I'm doing a little is because normally I have the time in 2 different places in my car, and at the moment one place has stopped working. Oh well, it's a bit like me. The car, like me, must be getting a bit old. So, thought of the day? Thought of the day would have to be make a plan to do a little of something again today. And I say that because I was looking around my bedroom and smiling at myself and going, you know, really, this 10 minutes a day has definitely done made an incredible difference. Now, I have got a couple of areas that I still have to work on. But if I keep doing the 10 minutes, once I've got the Christmas stuff done, then the rest of the stuff that's in my bedroom is going to start getting sorted out. And I am going to give a commitment to myself that I am going to do that. I need to clean up my life. I've got to get in and clean up my life. I've got to go back to a place for everything and everything in its place, as opposed to, I'll just put it here for now. I don't know if any of you relate to that. You know, I know exactly where it has to go, but I'll just put it here for now. And when I get home tonight, I'll move it. Well, of course, I never do. So that's just a lack of discipline. Now, I know some of you are rolling your eyes because I've got a couple of OCD people there that wouldn't dream of not having the right place for everything. And so my sense is that I'm going to just keep going. I am going to do this. Now I've got to start adding 10 minutes a day of exercise, even if it's 10 minutes a day. And I was actually wondering, you know, if I could find 3 different things that I want to be working on, like 10 minutes with the Christmas stuff, for example, at the moment, 10 minutes of exercise and 10 minutes in my bedroom. And that would be half an hour a day of cleanup. Could I do that? I think I'm going to try it for the short term here. Now, it's a difficult week for me because it's a very, very busy week. I've got all sorts of things going on. But if I can't sort of fit in half an hour in my life, then the chances are I am just really kidding myself and not being very organized. And it's discipline. And when I look at it, I've got spaces as I'm uploading and editing. You know, once I've, you know, that whole getting a vlog up is a 3-part process, and in between those parts, whilst things are loading from one to the other, in other words, when it's loading from the camera to my computer, I must have 10 minutes in there at least. All right, and then when I'm sort of finished editing, and then it's saving it back to the computer, I must have 10 minutes there. And for sure, when it's going from my computer and uploading to YouTube, I definitely have got 10 minutes there, because it's an hour for that at least. And then once I've got all the information stuff done on the vlog, and then it just is doing the final process within YouTube, we know I've definitely got 10 minutes there. So really, I've got about 4 different places where I could fit in a 10-minute something. I'm going to try that, see what happens. How about you? What are you going to do today? Okay, so Manon, no, I did not kill the guy that's parking in my spot. But he's still there. But now what I noticed, my friend has left me her spot, and I have no idea why. I've got to go and find out, but that's really cute. She might have done it because she's that sort of person. She might have done it just to make me laugh, because she's got a great sense of humor. And she probably knows I'll come around the corner and I'll see that, and the first thing I'll do is laugh. So I'll let you know tomorrow whether that is what she did. Everybody, hey, you're looking good today. Have a great day. This is dear Mama Sal saying bye for now.